her body. Her body got all tingly and feverish, restless and antsy whenever Jake was around. It was as if her body picked up a signal from his, and it completely scrambled her motherboard. His black hair was sexily tousled and wind-blown. Another reason to hate him, because she knew if she had just driven with the top down in that chilly October breeze, her hair would have looked like a tangled fishing net. He was dressed casually, because everything about Jake was casual, including his relationships, if you could call hookups and one-night stands relationships. His dark blue gaze was hidden behind designer aviator lenses, but she could see a deep frown grooved into his forehead. At least it was a change from his stock-standard mocking smile. "What the hell are you doing here?" he said. Jazz felt another millimeter go down on her molars. "Nice to see you too, Jake," she said with a sugar-sweet smile. "How's things? Had that personality transplant yet?" He took off his sunglasses and continued to frown at her. "You're supposed to be in London." Jazz gave him a wide-eyed, innocent look. "Am I?" "I checked with Miranda," he said, clicking shut the driver's door with his foot. "She said you were going to a party with Tim at his parents' house." "It's Miles," she said. "Tim was my... other one." The corner of his mouth lifted. "Number 1 or number 2? It was extremely annoying how he made her ex-fiancé sound like bodily waste products, Jazz thought. Not that she didn't think of them that way too these days, but still. "Number 2, she said. "Lincoln was my first." Jake turned to pop open the boot of the car with his remote device. "So, where's lover boy Miles?" he said. "Is he planning on joining you?" Jazz knew she shouldn't be looking at the way Jake's dark blue denim jeans clung to his taut behind as he bent forward to get his overnight bag, but what was a girl to do? He was built like an Olympic athlete. Lean and tanned, with muscles in all the right places, and in places where her exes didn't have them and never would. He was fantasy fodder. Ever since her hormones had been old enough to take notice, that was exactly what they had done, which was damned inconvenient, since she absolutely unreservedly loathed him. "No, he's staying in town to do some work," she said. "After the party, I mean." Jake turned back to look at her with a glinting smile. "You've broken up." Jazz hated it that he didn't pose it as a question, but as if it were a given. Another Jasmine Connolly engagement bites the dust. Not that she was going to admit it to him, of all people. "Don't be ridiculous," she said. "What on earth makes you think that? Just because I chose to spend the weekend down here while I work on Holly's dress instead of partying in town doesn't mean I'm—" "Where's that flashy rock you've been brandishing about?" Jazz used her left hand to flick her hair back over her shoulder in what she hoped was a casual manner. "It's in London. I don't like wearing it when I'm working." Which at least wasn't a complete lie. The ring was in London, safely in Miles' family jewelry vault. It miffed her Miles hadn't let her keep it. Not even for a few days till she got used to the idea of taking a break. So what if it was a family heirloom? He had plenty of money. He could buy any number of rings. But no, he had to have it back, which meant she was walking around with a naked ring finger because she'd been too upset, angry and hurt to grab one of her other rings on her way out of the flat. How galling if Jake were the first person to find out she had jinxed another relationship. How could she bear it? He wouldn't be sympathetic and consoling. He would roll about the floor laughing, saying, "I told you so." Jake hooked his finger through the loop on the collar of his Italian leather jacket and slung it over his shoulder. "You'd better make yourself scarce if you're not in the mood for a party. I have guests arriving in an hour." Jazz's stomach dropped like a lift with snapped cables. Guests? His shoes crunched over the gravel as he strode towards the grand old Elizabethan mansion's entrance. "Yep, the ones that eat and drink and..."